YouTube, make sure y'all like, comment, and sub to the channel. Follow all my socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of that good stuff. Oh yeah, chat, what's good, Mello? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. I have now officially made a gaming channel, so all my gaming content is gonna be, I have no subs, but you know what I'm saying? About to gain some soon. Oh, well yeah, I got one sub, that's me. The new gaming channel is Boy Devin Gaming, you know what I'm saying? 2K content dropping on there soon. Make sure y'all follow me on this channel right here, Boy Devin Gaming. All the old videos are there. I'm in the process of moving everything over, but yeah, go sub up over there. Let's get to the video. Shout out to 1090J too. Let's get to the video. Lil Durk's alleged hitman OTF Jam is testifying against him.
Oh, y'all thought things couldn't get any worse? Prosecutors claim OTF Jam will...
Bro, they got... Bro, this picture is insane, bro. Durk, he look like he's seen...
testified that Lil Durk took him to the bathroom and told him to stop committing so many murders. OTF Jam is confirmed as prosecution witness number 1. Today at the federal courthouse following Lil Durk's hearing, it was revealed that prosecution witness number 1 is OTF Jam, who is one of the most talked about alleged cooperators connected to the case. And not just because he's snitching on Lil Durk, but because he is allegedly, and it's about to be confirmed, a whole hitman in these Chicago streets.
Bro, Durk might be cooked.
A few months ago, I realized really good to couple.
I'm here at the federal courthouse after the Lil Durk hearing, and we just had some very, very interesting information about, you know, possibly the most well-known alleged cooperator in this case, OTF Jam. Now, there was a crazy back and forth where they brought up a bunch of things about Jam.
Bro, they said Jam was wearing a wire the whole time, bro. That boy Jam came home, Durk did everything for this man. Whole time this was a rat.
They said that the song Back Again was going to be used, and I'm not going to lie, I was happy to hear that because that's like one of my favorite songs.
Facts. Let's see. Before I let him finish, let's see why Back Again would be used. Blast his ass. I don't even ask when it comes to cash, they catch him, blast his ass. Jam, get out that jam, I gave him 50, ain't gotta ask again. He was catching murders way back then, that's when the max was in. Let's break this down, right? Now, allegedly, blast his ass. I don't even ask when it come to cash, they catch him, blast his ass. This is supposed to be in reference to none other than FBG Cash, who was very close with FBG Duck and all of the guys associated with that.
Oh my God, man. A nigga really, I ain't gonna say I grew up listening. Well, basically I did, bro, because by the time I got to high school, bro, I started listening to all of them. And it's just like, I'm looking at all these pictures. Everybody gone, bro. I'm just looking at all the old photos of these people and they all gone, bro.
One of the last things he did was take a picture at King Von's mural right outside of O Block, putting on Instagram, whole world witness your main sniper get his shit splack. Not long after this, Cash got killed and the photos came out of him laying there stiff as shit. It's just a recurring event. Someone mocks the dead and then joins.
And then the crazy thing about that situation, bro, they said he was with a female and the female didn't get hit up at all. They think the female set him up. The female was in the car with him. That's what I heard.
So allegedly, this was about Cash. I don't even ask when it come to Cash, they catch him, blast his ass. And how I would break that down is not even a question. If you see him, kill him. Jam, get out that jam, I gave him 50, ain't gotta ask again. He was catching murders way back then, that's when the max was in. Now this is a throwback story post of Lil Durk saying, Jam, where you at, bitch? And
oh man, hold on. Wait a minute.
Apparently Durk gave OTF Jam 50,000 in cash after he came home.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This nigga Durk gave him everything when he came home. Just for him to be wearing a wire and telling. That is crazy work, bro.
The streets. I'm talking about blood, like
Shake.
real family though.
You got that?
Real members only.
Get out that jam and give him 50, he ain't gotta ask again, bro. Flat.
Fact? More than that. I love both of them. Can't this shit forever.
And then obviously saying that Jam was catching murders way back when the max was in. I mean, this is like back in the day. So he's basically alleging that OTF Jam is an old hitter, been a hitter. Jam said he loved Durk for giving him 50K when he got out. Well, we're gonna see how much he loves Durk inside of this federal courtroom, because now apparently he's gonna testify and say it all.
But obviously,
Oh
you know, in
my
that song,
God. Bro, what the fuck? This is crazy. Bro, Durk might be cooked, man.
he talks about, you know, Jam got out that jam, I gave him 50,000, he ain't got to ask again. Well, they're basically saying that Jam is going to testify and cooperate and say that that 50,000 that Durk gave him, that he rapped about him back again, which, bear in mind, was made before King Von even died. But Jam is going to testify and say that he believes that he was given that money basically as like a, you know, as a show of loyalty to basically kind of get, you know, some kind of like future, as basically not like a prepayment, but basically like on the hopes that in future he might be able to do things for him, he might be able to slide for him. Now what's crazy is that he's allegedly gonna testify that actually when they were filming a music video, at some point, okay, this is absolutely crazy, at some point, all right, Durk and a bunch of the other members apparently confronted Jam in a bathroom. They took him into the bathroom, which is super weird, and they apparently confronted him, and they basically said, you moving too hot, you're gonna get us jammed up, you got to be more careful about committing murders, and you're going to get the feds on us. Now, apparently that wasn't talking about the Pab murder. Apparently there's other murders, and it sounds like he's actually going to admit to the feds that he was doing all kinds of murders that haven't even been prosecuted by the sounds of it, not even related to this murder, and that he was basically a top hitter in OTF and for the Black Disciples, and that it was really that serious, and Jam was doing all that. So Jam's name came up a couple times.
Now Trench's News, love him or hate him.
Trench's
From what I
News.
remember, it came out that he was like a paid informant
Swiper.
in Chicago, and he was really around a lot of people, you know, famous people in the drill music scene. But he's saying FBG Cash was shot and killed for Lil Durk by OTF Jam, which is crazy, because that means the same person testifying against Durk was literally the same one that took out Cash, and then Durk literally put it in a song. And this is the thing about these killer snitches, right? Is just because they're snitching, it doesn't mean they're not a killer. OTF Jam, the alleged informant in Chicago rapper Lil Durk's murder for hire case, is out of jail on house arrest and daring anyone to come try him. Now, this is a story post that he put to his own Instagram, dropping an address. And he would say 30 this for and anybody else.
Why they trying to put a line through the address? You can still see that shit.
That feel like they like that. I'm doing something Sammy the Bull didn't do. I'm dropping my own location, fresh out on house arrest. I'm trying to see who trying to get it in blood. It was a whole lot of woofing when I was in jail. Now it's time to show and prove. Now, for anyone that doesn't know, Sammy the Bull was basically John Gotti's hitman. He caught like 17 and 19 murders, snitched on John Gotti, and then barely did any time for any of the murders, right? So Jam is comparing himself to Sammy the Bull. It's crazy because we got some people from Chicago speaking out. 600 Breezy, I know Jam. If he was going to snitch, he would have snitched a long time ago.
At first there was like OTF Jam, and then you stopped hearing his name.
I know Jam personally.
Oh, really?
Like,
okay.
Personally. So, my mom's side, that St. Life Evans, St. Lawrence, all that shit, Evans Mob, Hit Squad, all that shit like that, where Jam is from, he would be considered my op, but he not because of my other people type shit, because he's from 79th and Vernon. Jam, I don't think Jam, if Jam was gonna snitch, he'd have been snitched on a lot of shit a long time ago. Jam's done a lot of time in jail. I tilt my hat to him. I ain't never seen Jam do no bitch ass shit. So when they started saying his name, I was the first nigga probably like, I don't believe that. I gotta see proof.
Another one. This is how I know Jam didn't snitch on Lil Durk. I don't believe it 100%.
Attention to him. Jam ain't had enough time out here for them to get that type of bond with Jam. So put it on Jam. On Jam a snitch. Have that shit been put out yet? That it was a wire warrant in the case? Have the documents, the black and white, say that someone with a wire?
No, we have to check Pacer.com.
No, wait, hold on. They say they got audio recordings, video recordings.
But how you know they'll tell? They will say 100%. They will tell you wiretap.
Let me finish. I don't think they're being actually specific of who and what, but they are saying that they got audio.
But they will tell you 100% that is wiretap.
Now here's the thing, right? Regardless of anyone's personal opinion, Jam might have been a stone cold killer and no one thought he was gonna snitch, whatever. They're saying in court they've identified him as the prosecutor's witness number 1 and he's gonna testify. And the thing is this.
Damn.
If Jam sat down with the feds, right? And he's talking to the feds and he's gonna give them information and he's gonna be talking about all of these things. I've never been in any federal situation, knock on wood, I don't ever want to. But from what I understand, he can't just tell about this. He has to tell about everything. Now, this is Gene Borello. He was an associate of, I believe, the Bonanno crime family, the mafia. And he cooperated, went against them. But he's gonna break down how when you snitch, when you cooperate with the federal fucking government, you can't just tell on one thing. Because they're talking about a different mob guy in this video. And he's saying you can't just snitch on that. You have to tell them every single fucking crime you've ever committed.
Oh
so
my
when they
God.
give you a pass, the pass is for every single crime you've ever committed. But if you didn't tell them something and it isn't documented, that's gonna fuck you.
No, but the thing with this is, and you know, like I said, I'm fair. I just keep it real. You can't sit with the government and just cooperate on that, especially when he has all that stuff in his past. So like when you sit down with them, they're not worried about you cooperating against those guys. They're gonna want also mafia stuff. So if he did sit with the government, with the agents, he's gonna have to tell them everything he's done in his life. That's just part of the deal. So he has to admit to everything he's done. They're not gonna just let you sit there and talk about whatever he's saying. They're gonna ask for everything you've done since you're 5 years.
That is so crazy to me, bro. Like, niggas be in the streets, super tough, catching so many hats. Then when they get caught by the feds, they gotta testify. And they tell it all. They tell it all, bro. When they get caught snitching, bro, when they get caught in paperwork, and they try to defend themselves, bro, it's just like, that's so embarrassing. That's why niggas gotta stay out the streets, bro. That's all you gotta do is just stay out the streets. That's all you gotta do. It's so simple.
Years old. That's the way it works. So when you do agree to a proffer, you have to admit to everything you've ever done in your life. That's the only thing where that's getting mixed up, you know?
So from my understanding, Jam is gonna have to sit down, or probably already has sat down with the feds.
Yes.
And explain to them every single murder he's committed. And so he can't just be like, oh.
That's how it go? Yes, bro. That's why I can't, nah. Streets ain't for me, bro. Bro, I be having fun doing this shit, man. I be having fun entertaining y'all. The streets ain't got nothing for a like me. I'm trying to make it out. My situation. Being in the streets is gonna stop. If I was in the streets, that would stop me from making it out my situation.
Durk this, Durk that. No, he has to explain everything he's done, which is gonna more so prove how dangerous he is. And then he's gonna drop, yeah, this is why Durk was shouting me out. This is why Durk gave me money. This is what Durk sent me to go do. This is dangerous. Now, it also came up in court. The feds revealed Lil Durk was mad at 6ix9ine and Wack 100 for trolling him about not sliding for Vaughn. And the interview was a major motivation for him to really slide. Federal prosecutors brought up the 6ix9ine and Wack 100 interview during Lil Durk's court hearing, arguing that their viral slide for Vaughn trolling negatively affected Durk's mindset and contributed to his alleged motivation to slide for Vaughn.
Nigga that put fucking 10 bullets in King Vaughn and he died there by himself. Why nobody slid for that? Yo, y'all want this?
I'm gonna be real with you.
No.
Hold on. I discovered.
Say, yo, Durk,
listen, I discovered King Vaughn.
No.
When
I don't
King
want to talk about King
died.
Vaughn.
So
Why
I don't know.
Now, I feel like, of course, they're gonna throw that in there, right? 6ix9ine is the king of trolls. Of course, the feds are gonna be like, oh, you know, this pushed him even further in that direction because he didn't like the internet saying this and that, da-da-da. I mean, yeah, people were trolling. It was happening. And maybe it did have an effect on his mentality. You know, just like we saw with the DJ Academics interview with Durk, he was like, yeah, I don't see people saying that shit anymore. Do you see that? And Ak was like, nah, it slowed down. So it's like, Now, not only do we have OTF Jam being a snitch, we have new documents showing
Vonnie?
that OTF Vonnie allegedly identified as protective witness number 2 in Lil Durk's case. And I mean, this came out that these two guys were the alleged snitches, and it wasn't necessarily confirmed, but these were the big rumors, and now it's 100% confirmed. And I mean, this is the proof here. Video depicting Banks, Vaughn, and PW2 purchasing jewelry. This was Vaughn, Durk, and Vonnie inside an icebox. So we got Durk shopping. We got Vonnie ass right here. We got Vaughn to the left. And what's crazy is if Vaughn knew he was a rat, Vaughn probably would have killed him himself. I don't even think Vaughn would have sent anybody. I think Vaughn would have did it himself. To be
God. Yo, yeah, bro, was a demon.
Honest, but this video has got 6.7 million views from 7 years ago, and nobody would have known that years later Vaughn would be dead.
Vaughn was a serial killer, bro. That is crazy, bro. It's like, bro, how do you sleep at night knowing you done took all them lives? How do you sleep at night, bro? Real shit.
And Durk will be standing next to the man that's going to testify against him. This is the cold reality of, you know, really crime. Vonnie could have told in anything. It could have been a robbery. It could have been anything. And Vonnie had a lot of participation in this case. You know, allegedly, according to the paperwork, Vonnie was the main one setting everything up. He was acting like the face for Durk. So, of course, he's going to be like, nah, Durk did all this. Durk was behind this. He ain't trying to spend forever in federal prison. And for him to even have a chance.
Bro, money was the cause of this, bro. Money. Durk was giving them boys money, and they started wilding. Now they in bad situations. They all getting locked up, and niggas gonna get to telling.
They're coming home. He has to make sure that Durk spends forever in federal prison. But that is the update. Let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. Do y'all think Durk is cooked? Do you think he has a fighting chance? We'll just have to wait and see. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with.
Shout out 1090 Jake. I don't know, bro. I don't know if he cooked or not, bro. I don't know. I don't think Jam not gonna say shit. But Vonnie, I think Vonnie gonna tell it all. All I can say is kids stay out the streets. I don't know if Durk cooked or not. I hope he not cooked. It's always free Durk for sure, man. Free Durk, yo.